it have been 2 weeks that I am working in a project that involves three different kinds of methodology, at least.
Wow.
And yeah, it have been very difficult. I'm trying to apply a methodology called Oaxaca Blinder. That is like I measure a pattern, I pick a pattern, a person pattern. In my case, it's a white guy, and I
Mm-hmm.
see how much this guy earned from your
Mm-hmm.
main job.
Mm-hmm.
And then I pick other people, black people and women with the same characteristics that this white guy, and I see the difference between the wages, and I try to decompose and see how much of this difference is because of the discrimination. So it's a
Oh,
whole statistical process
I
thinking
can.
about population, comparing Brazil, South Africa, and South Korea. So, like, I have to make this script for three countries and
Mm-hmm.
takes so long to function, like 2 hours, one model, you know. But it has been nice. It's something that I'm really enjoying to do nowadays. I really like to work with data, but it's huge, you know,
I
and I'm
can
tired.
imagine.
But it will be this for today.
I'd like, thank you so much to share this interesting point of your job, Bianca. I'd like to listen you, Aleph. We are software developers, right? So can you imagine some situation to do the same thing, the same approach? I'm not sure because in my point of view, we in development we can pick some kind of pattern and develop something using the same pattern, you know. But what do you think, Alf? I'd like to listen. I think you are more experienced than me as developer.
Yeah, I guess we can do exactly as you said. Um, we have a superpower, I say to my friends, because we can build some what we want using technology. So
Yeah,
technology can solve a lot of problems.
yeah,
Not at all, but a lot of problems you can solve with using technology.
yeah. Great. So thank you and introduce yourself for us, please.
Oh, yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Alif Gomes. I'm software engineer, software developer, as you want to call me. I am 31 years old. I live in Fortaleza, Ceará, and yeah, I'm studying English because I want to travel next year and to teach my daughter to be a bilingual native. Um, that has been a good journal to me, and with a lot of giggles and knowledge. So that's it.
Yeah, well, if I remember well, Aleph, you have more than 10 years of experience as developer, right? Am I right?
Yeah, I have a decade of experience. Yeah,
Yeah,
10
yeah.
years.
And
10
I've
years.
shared your experience with your daughter with my wife last week. You know, I've talked to her about the way that you listen, you teach your daughter about speaking another language since she is a little girl, you know, I would say a baby. So that's so
Yeah,
interesting, and I really admire this approach. You know, I couldn't do that in my life because when I cut tied my old relationship, both of my children had about 3 years and 1 years old. So it's almost impossible to implement this idea with with them. Especially I don't, how can I say that? I don't intend to have another son or daughter, you know, another uh yeah, children, you know. I think it's enough.
yeah,
It's enough for me.
Mhm.
2 children, I guess. So congrats, okay? And about me, all of you know me. I'm here for more than 1 year as host. I've achieved 1 year as host last month here in Talking Talk. Um, let me. But I started here as is only as a student in last year June. Yeah, last year June. So I started as host here 2 months after my beginning as a student here. And that's amazing, guys. The process to be host, in my point of view, I can learn a lot because I feel I need to be prepared for this immersion. So, in all the situation, I prepare a little bit myself, some 15 or 30 minutes before the immersion. I will rewatch the video that I shared and something like that, you know. So, and that the video was so interesting because I could realize, I think you too, that there are different kind of accents and women and men speaking together. It's interesting when we realize we are able to understand a video without subtitles like this, for example. That's interesting. In my case, when I don't understand a short video, the first time that I watch, I used to replay it, you know. I think it's a good practice to improve our listening. I don't know. And that's it. Guys, so let's start the conversation at all. Aleph, please, could you read and answer the first question, please?
Yeah. How can unrealistic expectations make or break your habit forming journal? Uh, let me let me think.
I put
It's
make or break mini on the chat as well, okay?
okay. I know
I
we
think it's the
should.
famous ou vai ou racha em português. Português.
um yeah. Based on these questions, yesterday I thought about my habits and my goals of this year. It was in the start of the year, in the beginning of the year. I planned my goals to this year,
Uhum,
and I had put 7 or 8 goals. So in July, I I remembered my goals and thought about everything I need everything that I put in this book.
uhum,
Maybe not because a lot 5 or yeah, 5 goals was unrealistic expectation. So
uhum,
it will decrease my motivation because I will can't get it. So now I'm focused on 2 things, that is um, get more fluence, get more confident.
uhum,
And the other thing is spend a lot of time with my family. Just this, it's just important, and it has been um, a good experience because we work a lot, and sometimes we don't have time to family. I I don't tell, but I play bass.
uhum,
So in this weekend, I didn't have time with my family because I was playing in 2 events.
uhum,
So it is hard because I work in the weekdays, and in the weekend I can't time with my family. So it is hard, but I'm I created the expectations to make me feeling good. So that's it.
Yeah, yeah. I think your decision was a wisdom one because if we are only one person, to do a lot of stuff in only 24 hours per day, and
Yeah.
we need to rest. So it's hard. And for you, Young?
To build a new habit is very difficult. I don't know. I think that neurologist has a better explanation for that, but I think that we have ways in our brain, and when we do this for a long time, this way became more deep. And then to change this way and think in another way, it's very difficult. Like to start to go to the gym. I always wanted to go to the gym when I was, I don't know, since forever. And always it was a difficult thing. And always in the end of the year, I thought like, oh, next year I'm going to the gym and and it will be awesome. But it's not a button that you just press and change, I guess.
Yeah.
This discard the process that you have to take to change a habit or to build a habit. It's unfair because during the process I failed and I still fail a lot of times. Like my expectation it was, oh, I want to do this all days the week or 5 days per week. But sometimes you can go 3, 4, 1, and these do not take your credit for trying to do this and trying to build this new habit in your life. It well to like you develop tools to do that, I guess, with time and with process.
Yeah.
So sometimes I don't think that it's sometimes it is a realistic expectation, but sometimes you just do not believe in the process to achieve that, to do that. Do not embrace that you are a human being and you are gonna fail. This for sure. And you can learn from it. It's painful, it's difficult, you have to persist a lot, but to change that way that we made in our brain, and to try to do a different way to do different things in our brain is very difficult. So I try to be patient with me, I guess, and I try to put the expectations high. I know nowadays it's not a good example, but I know now a new president that this president put the expectation very high and then achieve the middle. And sometimes the middle is something can be not good for everyone, but it's something that this person wanted. So I try to put the expectation high. And if I get 50%, it's okay for now, I guess.
For sure, you brought an amazing example. It's not about it's ever about everything we put a target, If I don't remember when and who, but I remember a kind of note he says, if you don't achieve the exactly target that you like, if you go to close it, it's something that you will be proud of yourself. It's a kind of coach, coach. I can say coach, even aspas, not coach. Okay. And yeah, well, guys, about both of you said, mm, I decided to use a team management technique called 12 weeks year. I think maybe you have heard about that. There is a book related that to 12-week years that you split whatever you want in 12 weeks as it was a year, and you can measure whatever effort you like. For example, I'm currently working my professional rebrand, I would say, my professional revamp to the especially to international market. And I need to deal with this as a project. So I need to I have strategies to follow in my LinkedIn, in my portfolio, and so on. So I need to evaluate what things um I need to avoid to do because I wouldn't have time to do. For example, in this scenario, to implement this rebranding strategy, I needed to stop. I needed to stop to study Python and AI stuffs right now, and about financial ventures because I like to invest a portion of my money in financial ventures, and I don't have time to deeply learn these things right now. So this technique, before you start to do, it's important you have a clear goals and steps that led you to achieve something. So in this strategy, we call it commitment costs. You know, what I need to avoid to achieve something. For example, I would maybe I needed to have less time to my family, for example. You know, that's not the case, but I would have this one if if my I would invest a lot of time with my family, for example, you know. So I think you could understand me, I guess. So yeah, let's move on. Bianca, go ahead with the second question, please.
What's one seemingly small but make or break habit you've developed recently? Recently, um, well, it's not, it's recent, but it's not that recent. It have been some years, no, month, maybe years that I have block tactic, I guess, to schedule and to organize my routine. So I have blocks that will repeat all day. All day, no, sorry, every day. Like in the morning, I do always the same. I wake up, go to the TNT, and then go to the gym and go to work. And I do this every day. And one change that I put in this, it was scheduling all my meetings after 6 p.m. It's not nice. Oh my God, I am speaking this loud and it's not nice. Imagine that you work all the day and put all your meetings after 6 p.m. But it's because I could work all the day and meetings not difficult. Sometimes it's boring, sometimes,
A lot of time is boring.
yeah, so I could do this. I put all my meetings after the time that I had to really work, to read, to code, to do a lot of things, and to end my stuffs. Like if you want to talk with me about something, it will be after 6 p.m., I guess, because I could have all my day, all my routine, and these things change a lot. Like people schedule and then um try to do try to deschedule, I don't know, try to cancel the meeting. So it's very fluid, this thing. So to me, it was a good change that I made in my routine. Before that, I put just in the middle of the afternoon, for example, never in the morning. But now I have all the afternoon free to work. And then these things that sometimes steal our time and our attention, I put it after 6 p.m. It was a change that's nice nowadays. Sometimes I keep in meeting until 9 p.m., but it's this.
Yeah, I really don't like meetings, but sometimes, unfortunately, are important to solve or to align expectations, and you know. So yeah, it's mal necessário. And for you, Aleph.
Oh, in the last year, I I start practicing bullet journal. So it was a game changer to me because now I can see my goals and my year goals, my month monthly goals,
Mm-hmm.
and my daily goals. So every day I have a track habits that I can see what I did and what I what I didn't. So if yesterday I didn't eat healthy food. So today I should uh me corrigir and I will try to eat healthy food because I want to go I want to achieve my goal. So it was a game changer to me, the bullet journal. And it has been a good experience because I'm forcing myself to be better every day. Do you understand? So
Mm-hmm.
I can see about my sleep time. I can see about my English if I studied English, if I speak it English. Speaking,
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking every day because my daughter is learning, but with
Mm-hmm.
other people is more hard, I guess, and with others specific things. So yeah, that's it. I should go out right now because my daughter woke up,
Okay.
and I will vou deixar ela com a minha mãe. That's it.
Okay, okay. Go ahead and have a
So
good
I'm
day.
sorry.
Don't worry, don't worry. Go ahead. Have a good day. Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye bye. So only us, Yanka, here. Um, okay, that's it. He answered. So let's move on. Well, would you like to choose some question to discuss, or if you like to talk about anything, feel free. Okay, feel
No,
free.
it's fine. To me, we can follow the questions. The next one is very interesting.
Go ahead.
Okay. Have you identified any make or break behaviors that hold you back? For sure, if I can like list all my bad behaviors for you. I am the better person to talk about that for, of course. But one thing that really hold me back these days, it was sleep uh, late. Because always before sleeping, I like to watch some series, some movie, never read. I'm really trying to change this for a reading moment. Read some book, read something that really interests me. But most part of the time, I'm so tired that I just want to watch something. But when I put something to watch, I want to keep watching. And when I see it's like 11 p.m. and I have to wake up 5 p.m., you know.
Mhm, mhm.
So when I do this, I know that the next day I will be a crap. I will be tired. My eyes, you work in front of the computer too. So you know that you have to, our eyes is our instrument, work
Yeah,
instrument.
yeah.
So when my eyes like not it hurt, it burns a little bit when I do not sleep
Mhm.
well. So this really, and I keep 8 hours per day in front of the computer, sometimes more. So this really holds me back in my job. Sometimes my attention too is not very good when I am driving, riding the bike. So it's something that really it's difficult. And I am until today, I'm trying to change this. Yesterday, I went to sleep watching something,
Oh my goodness.
but now I have a series that I do not care too much, so I can sleep,
Oh,
you
it's a
know.
good strategy. I do the same sometimes.
Yeah, it's a good strategy. So yeah, maybe this is my I have other things that I would like to change, but maybe this is a big one.
Yeah, I remember you used to say this sometimes in different kinds of questions. I remember.
Yeah, I'm still with that guy. You know,
Because
it's
because it's
different.
hard. It's hard. It's hard. For example, sometimes I have problem to sleep as well, and I need to do something like you mentioned. If, for example, if I need to sleep, I used to put some relaxed song in my ears, or some video or live that I don't care so much, like you mentioned, and just try to sleep. And these stuffs used to work to me, used to work. So that's a really good strategy for sure. Um, well, let me check about the question. Um, I don't know. For me, take a rest is crucial to keep me not overwhelmed along the way. So, and sometimes I need to balance how much time I'm gonna take a rest, or if I'm pushing myself to do something, and um I need to polish me. I don't know, policy. I need to work these stuffs inside me. And it's not easy to do, because all in every eh, I used to review my schedule every week, right? During weekends. And I need to try to figure out if I'm resting a lot, or if I'm pushing myself up a lot. And it's hard to define the best approach to do that, because uh, if I put a lot of stuff to do in my routine, I don't know if that's will work to me, for example. At the same time, if I spend a lot of time just rest, yeah, that's I'm sure that won't work for me. So yeah, it's hard. About a specific behavior, let me identify. Mm, it's hard question to answer. Huh? I guess sometimes I feel lost. Yeah, I think that's it. Lost about what I need to do. I brought an example about my commitments cost to do something. And for me, it's hard not to study AI, for example. It's hard. But I need to, for example, about my portfolio, I have to create one from scratch, to be honest. I don't have a good portfolio right now. So I'm building a a whole project to deliver a solution as it was a business solutions at real. I'm simulating a product that I would develop it alone, all the steps, develop the features in in back-end side, front-end side, publish these parts on in different services. All these stuffs will consume a lot of time of mine, but I need to do that. It's important to show my abilities to the market, because if I want to get good opportunities or something like that, it's important to we have something great to show. Oh, that's my project that you can check my development skills, for example. You know, and yeah, that's consume a lot of time. So I need to avoid another things. It's impossible. But it's hard. I think in my mind, I feel sometimes I feel stuck. For example, if I'd like to learn more about AI or Python, and I don't know this as well. I feel my in stuck moment about this topic, and that's not the truth. But yeah, that's it. It is what it is. Okay, let me continue. Okay, let's go to the question number 4. Have you ever ignored a make or break decision and regret it? No, for sure, for sure. I'm gonna bring this for my personal life. Um, I lived almost 14 years of relationship, a bad relationship for me. By the time I was overweight, I my self-esteem was under the earth, you know. uh, I didn't feel a good person by the time because I wasn't happy, you know. I think that's it. And I decided to wait, wait for something happen before to take action to cut tie that relationship. For example, the point, but for me, by the time it was related to my children, both of them were so younger, you know. The older one, like I mentioned, the older one was 3 years, almost 3 years old. And the younger one was 6 months old. So in my perspective, I needed to wait, you know. I need to wait a little bit before to take any action. And it was hard, young. It was hard. Um, I think I would, if I wouldn't have any children. Of course, I love my children. Okay, I love my children, but if I wouldn't have any children, that was the best time to cut tie that relationship, you know. And I've received some signals that relationship wouldn't work, you know. Yeah, I think that was a make or break behavior that hold me back. And for you?
Um, let's see. Well, first of all, I think you did right. I think nowadays your kids are well, are nice. You are well too. You are
Yeah.
a totally different person. I think a better version of this. You could make it. I don't think that you have to regret it. Sometimes we have to pass through this kind of thing in our lives. I don't have children, but it's more difficult, I guess. But in my case, let's see, a decision that I ignored. I never, well, I sometimes I take a time. I think you took a very long time. Sometimes I take a time to end some stuffs in my life. But usually I am very, if I have a problem, I finish the problem, you know. If I have a problem, and the problem with this is that if someone, it's a problem to me, I cut ties. This is not nice because if I could like try more in that relationship, I could have done more, you know, that person was important to me. I could have tried to understand better, but I don't think that this is a problem to me because the problem that the question brings, I guess, because I always act like this, I guess, mainly when it starts to interfere a lot of in my job, for example, when I start to get too sad and I can't work, I can't follow my life, I can't live my life because I'm having too much problem, I usually finish. I am very
You're right.
Sometimes I take a time to do that. Sometimes we need the last drop, you know, a última gota, the last, yeah,
For,
the last
for me,
drop.
your approach is the best,
Hmm?
Bianca. For me, your approach is the best because you cut something that you realize that wouldn't be good for you, you know. I think your approach is the best. If I did something like you do usually in the past, I've avoided a lot of problems in my life for sure, you know. So I'm sure that you're the right path. And I
Sometimes, yes, yes.
because how can I say that? sometimes um uh, w- w- we it's not necessary to spend a lot of time in some subject that you not feel good, that you don't feel good. I think that's it. If you have problem with someone or something, you need to change, and you do this. Because if you, I wouldn't advise my children to do your approach. To be honest,
Mhm.
not spend so much time in some situation that's not good for you. Only if it's really, really necessary. But for example, about relationship, you don't need to wait a lot of time. That's it.
Yeah,
I think
depends. Like relationship,
depends.
like romantic relationship, I totally agree. I don't
Yeah.
have time, I don't have patience. If you didn't came to bring something nice to build together, I'm sorry. But thinking about friends and parents, for example, it
Mm,
became more delicate. I can't
yeah.
just cut my father for my life.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
So it became difficult. Like I cut at him, but I didn't cut because it's impossible. I have to bring him again. So no, it became more complex, I guess. I
Yeah.
have to deal with this in some aspects of my life, I guess.
Yeah. And just to tell you, I regret about to delay a lot to take a decision to cut tie that relationship. Okay, not about my children. Just to be clear. Before someone on YouTube, well, think something wrong about that. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. So, Bianca, go to the next one.
God. I imagine your children watching this video like in 2013.
Oh, my dad don't like us.
My father hates me. He never likes me.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. Let's see. Moving on today. Okay. Number 5. Do you think sleep and rest are make or break for long-term success? Why or why not? For sure. And I would like to add sleep, rest, and make things that bring to you pleasure. Like I am sleeping, I am resting, but my biggest problem nowadays, it's because I don't have anything that brings to me pleasure. Like, some people like to go to restaurants and eat different food. Some people
Mm-hmm.
like to go to bike, different things that brings pleasure. To me, what brings me pleasure is to sit in a table in a bar, drink beer, and having conversation with my colleagues and friends. But I don't have too much colleagues and friends nowadays. So I don't have source of pleasure. I need to find something
I got
that makes me feel rest, but at the
you.
same time with pleasure. I don't
And
know
what
how.
are, what are you doing to overcome this?
I'm working actually. I don't know. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
when I have a big problem, like I just break up with my boyfriend, so
Mm-hmm.
I lost him and a lot of people around him that it was my friends in that
Mm-hmm.
moment. So nowadays I don't have too much ties, even to
Mm-hmm.
cut. I don't have too much ties to
I
cut
got
even.
you.
So I have to build again new relationships to have this kind of moment that really brings me pleasure. But I have to work a lot. My time in
Mm-hmm.
here, it's ending. It's
Mm-hmm.
too much to think sometimes, but I need a source of pleasure.
Yeah. You're completely right. We need to find something to feel good. Well, I'm sure that sleepy and rest well are so important for long-term success for sure. Because if we put more effort that we can, we will feel. I don't know if this word exists, energized, along the way, in my perspective, because you will start something, and along the way, your battery will decrease, and when you figure out that you're done, you know. So for me, I need to put time. I put time in my schedule to rest, not to sleep, but to rest. You know, I try to rest twice per week. You know, and one more day during weekends, especially in during at Sunday. Yeah, Sunday it's better. Saturday I used to study a lot or work a lot as well. Um, I think it's easy. It's crucial. If we don't find something, we need to search some source of happiness, like you mentioned.
And
I
what do
don't
you
know.
do usually when you are resting? You are
Mm,
having, you are just resting, like lay it down in the sofa. What do you do?
at first place I try to figure out what things I really enjoy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter. For example, sometimes I like to watch some lives about different stuffs. For example, this week's weekend. Yeah, these weeks I've watched a little bit of Cariani practicing at the gym, and Cariani and another guys that was sharing interesting thing about have a good health, you know. uh, they were sharing tips about food, about routine, and the training at the gym, you know. That sometimes I don't spend a lot of time doing this, but sometimes, I have some time now. Let me find something to watch, or something related topic that I'm searching about. For example, racing, you know. So sometimes, let me check what is happening in this kind of championship, for example. And I'm going to YouTube, search some content, and in English, of course, because I'm trying to put English more and more in my routine. For example, do you know Gitchi and Commit, Push, something like that in your job? Git,
Git, just GitHub.
yeah, that's it. Perfect.
Ah, okay.
So my messages, my commit messages are always in English. For example, that's that's something that I like to do. You know, that's a kind of rest for me. I'm practicing. I'm learning new sentence, way to share ideas in a simplest way. You know, because in a commit message we need to put an ideas so much summarized. You know, so yeah, that's it. I'm
Okay.
gonna, Bianca, I'm gonna bring Aparecida and Michaeli. They are alone in another room, you know. I don't know what happened with Tainá. So I think we can finish with some questions to finish this conversation, okay? Uh, 10 seconds to be here to for her return for they return here. Oh my god, today it's hard to my diction is not good today. Okay. That's it. Hey, Michaeli, Aparecida. I don't know what happened with Daphne, but I hope she was well. So I think we have time for one more question. Yanka, we were alone here, Yanka and me as well, in the main room. I think we can choose our, yeah, we can choose one question to answer. Parecida, it's your chance to choose some question for us.
Well, we are in the ninth question. I believe I answer because I can answer this question in our room. Well, I believe in my point of view, I'm trying, of course, live one day at the time, viver dia de cada vez. For me, it's so important this because I'm thinking a lot. I believe that it's human thinking all the time and I stay in the future or in the past, but it's important to stay at the moment, in this moment now. We are living, and I believe for me, thinking about this, it's more easy try to live one thing by time because it's more easy change habits because we are looking at the moment and what I can do now to change me to be better. For example, not thinking one difficult thing in 2 years in the future. I'm like, sei lá, I don't know, be like be human. I don't know. Of course, not true, of course, but now what I can do, I can walk, I can do my English class, and like I said to Michael in our room, do not complain, avoid complain, because nowadays we have general habit. All the things, all the persons, we join one or two persons, they start to complain about everything. It's so sad. And I'm trying, don't do complain, recognize the good things in my day. Of course, we have problems, yes, but we don't need to complain during all the day. For me, is this.
I got you. Thank you, and for you, Michael.
I try to think in my future what I want to be. So I'm trying to looking for other learnings like language courses. I try to plan my day, my week. I try to do this kind of things in a good moment, and I try to I forget the name in English. Aproveitar when I want. I can't do this. Like nowadays, I don't have kids. I don't have other work, so I can't do that for me in my future. So I like to do that.
Yeah. And for you, Yanka.
Is the question number 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thinking about the future is difficult. Sometimes it brings me some anguish, but sometimes it helped me to maintain the habits, I guess, because I am doing the things that I'm doing today, thinking about my future, I guess, like going to the gym. It's totally because of my future. And I don't wanna, I came from a very poor background and I don't wanna become poor again, too poor as I was. So I keep working a lot. This is bad nowadays. During the day, it's heavy, like thinking, oh, I don't want to be poor again. And I keep working a lot, pushing myself to do not
I think
lose everything.
it's a good thing.
But this sense, the sensation that we can lose everything every moment, every day,
Yeah.
it's a fear from poor people.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think about the future, I think about these things, and these totally help me to keep doing my habits, good habits, and sometimes developing bad habits too. But yeah, it's the process.
Yeah, that's the life. And I couldn't add better things that you said, girls. So yeah, in this way we are finishing our conversation. Thanks so much. Have a good week, and I hope to see you next Friday. Okay, girls?
Bye-bye.
Take care.